The Slow Walker Video Productions presents A Tortoise One Film. Welcome to part 1 of Waimano Ridge Trail. A word about distances. The Waimano Ridge Trail is 15 miles long. Due to thick overhead foliage and deep narrow valley sections, satellite reception for my GPSR was not consistent, and the mileage mentioned during the video is probably inaccurate. The time mentioned is accurate. Estimate my progress at about 1 mile per hour, a little faster at the bottom of the trail and a little slower at the top, and you'll get an approximate distance. Also, the mention of a meal schedule was for dietary analysis project. However, due to the frequent supplementation of delicious strawberry guavas, otherwise known as YV, the study was invalidated. This is the trail marker indicating the point where the valley trail intersects with the ridge trail. The valley trail hikers return to the trailhead along the ridge trail already hiked. I'll be hiking the valley trail, a 2-mile loop trail, with Cub Scouts and their families later this summer, and I'll post a review on the Slow Walker website as well as a video on YouTube. This is the first rope section you'll encounter as you trek toward the summit. On a dry day you may not need to use the ropes. At present, this, as well as the next rope section, can be bypassed using the irrigation tunnels adjacent to the trail. These tunnels were carved out during the plantation era and are old, so venture in at your own risk.
Well, here we are at the first river crossing. One of the past videos showed people using this rope, if you can call it a rope, looks like a string. Anyway, the river's dry today, which is nice. I'm hearing a few drips of water, which you probably can't pick up on the audio. And hopefully that's just residue of the morning dew. There's the trail back that I just came from, and we're still headed up the ridge here. And we'll just head on out in a little while. Looks like this is going to be a fun trail today. And again, it's 7:18 was when I arrived here, left the trailhead about 6:10, so a little bit over an hour to get here. Well, welcome to the picnic table and shelter here up on the Waimano Ridge Trail. Right there is the trail heading up, which we'll be taking in just a few minutes. Arrived here about 7:30. Oh, there's the Manana Ridge Trail, which knocked out my knees and I wasn't able to make successfully the first time I tried the ridge, but hasn't seen the last of me. Here's the area down below, and right there are my hiking sticks or my trekking poles, and they happen to be pointing at the two ways you can enter into this clearing. Right there is a more gentle switchback at the you can reach by taking the junction below, and right here is a more a steeper but much shorter run, and right there are a few YV that I'm gonna take advantage of. Help stretch out my carbohydrates there, which I'm gonna be eating at about 8:10. So let's take a look down that steep trail there, or steeper of the two trails leading up here. So it's really not that bad. Again, it's a beautiful day so far. There's clouds and rains in the forecast, so I'm gonna make it my priority to get to the ridge line before the rain gets to me. It's gonna take a little while here just to eat my strawberry guava, and again enjoy the area. Looks like I could camp 3 tents easily, probably up to 5 small ones, including the area up above the shelter in a pinch. So, and of course you can also have somebody sleep there on the table if you had to. Okay, guava time.
When I was shooting the video, the trail above the shelter looked like the way to go. But when eating the strawberry guava, I discovered the correct trail was on the opposite side of the clearing with respect to the steeper trail that entered the clearing.
I'm looking back at the trail right now, about 2.39 miles in from the trailhead. And the reason why I stopped, one is because of the view is actually very beautiful along this stretch of the trail. I'm looking at the Manana Trail way up there. And there's one section of the roller coaster that I hiked on. And let's see if I can get there. You go the second, another section of the roller coaster. So that's the Manana Trail, and that's pretty much it. Up and down, up and down. Speaking of up, right there in the distance looks like where I'm headed. And if you look down from this point, again, I'm about 2.39 miles in, you can see the Waimano River right down there. So to my right, somewhere in this hillock here, is the irrigation ditch. And we're going to be heading on now. Well, here I am looking back at the trail I just came down. And this is the Waimano stream. Arrived here about 8:10, which just so happens to be my scheduled point to eat my first granola bar. And double check on the directions, as is found in Stuart Ball's Hiker's Guide to Oahu, as to where I should go. Wasn't obvious at first, although this looked like it might have been a part of the trail, as to which way I should go to find the river crossing. Off there in the distance, don't know if you can make it out, kind of towards your left side of the screen, is a wonderful red ribbon. So this is where I cross the right fork of the Waimano stream and hit up the right side of the left fork, or at least that's what the directions say. So I'm going to enjoy my granola bar here in the shade, and we'll be heading off. As a slow walker I'm just averaging a bit over a mile an hour. That's with stopping, making notes, taking pictures, massaging ankles, and all the rest of the stuff. And of course taking a few videos. See a bit more up the trail. Well, this is someplace I'm going to call WCS1, which is Waimano Campsite 1. And boy, the scenery is beautiful here. I don't know if this video is going to do justice to it. You've got some bird song in the background, so I'll be quiet for a little while. That's the trail that I'm going to be heading up in just a little while. As you can see, the ridges are cloud shrouded, which I don't know what kind of a view once I get up there. But this is a beautiful area and looks like it could support one single man tent comfortably, 2-man with a little bit of a cramp, and if worst came to worst, 2 1-man tents could fit up here in this area. You'd be sticking out onto the trail, but that's right there is the trail that I came from, and that'll be returning down. So let me just go ahead and do my recording. I got here about at 9:20 this morning. That would put it 3 hours 15 minutes after the trailhead. I am the slow walker after all, and I stopped to make notes and assuage the pain.
The Slow Walker thanks you for watching the first part of the Waimano Ridge Trail and invites you to watch part 2.